Hello guys, I'm your host Ivaldo. I'll be teaching you PHP, how to create a database using PHP code. So you will need a server, which is a XAMPP. In my case, you can just download it here and install it. And when you're done, after it's downloaded and installed, then you will run it here. You start the first tool, which is Apache. Make sure that it's running. Then you start MySQL. Then from there you will need a text editor, because to code we need a text editor. So you can use Notepad++. Just search Notepad++ from Google. Then you download it, the latest version. You can use Sublime Text. You can use Visual Studio Code. There are many text editors. Just use the one that you are comfortable with. Or you can use another text editor, which is Atom. Atom is also one of the text editor. The logo is like this. This is the Atom. Yeah, it's the Atom. So this is what you can do before you start. Then let's get to coding now. Let me open the Atom. Then on Atom, make sure your file is saved on XAMPP htdocs. Then after, it will be the name of your folder. Okay, so this is what I have here. Here are some of the files that I created. So let me just create a new file. You just right click below, then you open a new file. If you want to open a folder, you can open a folder. Then you open a new file so that you can be able to create your file. Then here, if you need some packages, you can install them. Or if you are working on a project, you can just open the project here. You can choose a theme. So in my case, you can see that I'm using a dark theme. So you can use a theme. You can do many things. So let me just write let me just create a file here. Let me just call it U database. U database .php. Then press enter. Then you see now we have a new database added on the left hand side, and from see now it's even opened. So to code the PHP, we will code it inside the HTML document. So let me start with the HTML here. HTML is easy, just write HTML, then it will create the section for you. Then you press enter, or you can click here. Let me press enter. Then it will create the HTML. Okay, see, it's created the HTML text, headings, the body. Then PHP will write it here, the PHP code. I can even just type PHP. It will see here, you can click here, it will open and close for you. Then just press enter. See, it's as easy as that. So at home you can use it to save time, because with Notepad++ you'll be typing everything. Okay, so now let's create a connection. You will have 3 variable when you are studying, so you can just say host name. Then our host name is a local host. If you are using XAMPP as your server, then we need another variable which is a username. So the username is a root by default of the server. The password, you know that when we create the variables we start with a $sign. So password is empty in this case. You just put empty quotation marks, then you end the statement with a semicolon. Then now let's connect it. So we'll use another variable which is a link. Then we'll use a function which is improved MySQL. So in short, improved MySQL, we write it this way: MySQL underscore is MySQL. Then here we use connect because we want to connect to database. So we use connect. Then the first parameter, so it takes 4 parameters, but we haven't started creating database. So no, I want us to create a database. So let's just use 3 parameters. Let's say creating database. Database connection. Okay, our first parameter, it will be the host name. So let's write host name, enter, followed by username, followed by the password from the variables that we created. Or you can just write a localhost here, root here, without creating variables. It's up to you. Then from there we check the connection. Okay, let's check the connection. So we have to check if it's indeed connection. So if it's indeed connected, let me just say check con. Then it's for checking connection. We use if else. If the if statement. So let's use our link. We want to see if the link is connected. Then we can use not true, or we can just use, we're just comparing. You can just use false. They're the same thing. The same thing. So yeah, let's check the connection here. To check connection, we use die here. Die function. Use this die function. Then here we just output something. If it's not connected, it will show these things. You can say error could not connect, or you can just write anything just to show that it didn't connect. Then let's just use concatenate because we have to show that indeed it didn't connect, and we use MySQLi connect error. We use this empty function connect error. This function, it doesn't check any parameter. So if it's not connected, then it will output error here. Then from there we can just print the host information. We want to see where is connected. It was using which connection to connect. Let's print the host information. So to print or to display, we use echo, or we can use print. So let's use echo. Then if it's connected, okay, let's click here, save time. If it's connected, you can say connected successful, or can connected successful. Then from there, if you can run it, if it's connected, it will show that it's connected. Then since we need to get the host information, so we'll use this function, get the host info in short for information. Then here we use our variable, which is the link, because we want it to check the host information. Then from there we can close data. We close the MySQL. So at the end of database connection, we have to close. So we'll close it just by using the variable, the first variable that we created here when we were connecting. And from there you can save. Then after saving, you go to the browser and run your file. Okay. Then you type to run, you type localhost. If you still remember, type localhost. Then even if you don't know the name of your file, you can just click, then it will show you the files that you have, especially the new one. When it will see this one, and yeah, this is the file that you want. Did you okay, you can check, can confirm here. Okay, new database. Then we can click here and see if this work is connected. See, connected successfully. Then via this protocol. Then from here, yeah, we know that we are connected. Then from here, let me show you how to create a database. So to create a database, this line still need this fine. Even yeah, we need everything except print information. So let me just comment this line. Then you have to create another variable. Let's create a variable. Let's just call it SQL equal to. Then here we'll write the SQL statement. And we use capital letters. Create database. Then what is the name of the database that you want to create? Okay, in my case, let me just use database employer. This is the name of database that I want to create. Then you end with the semicolon. Then from there we have to check if the creation of database didn't fail. So if we also use if again, we use if else in this case. Let me use if MySQL I query. That's the function that we are using, and this function it takes two parameters. The first parameter will be the link that we have, followed by the new variable, which is SQL. Then we know that the if, it has this braces, the curly braces. Then we will then here we can say echo database created successfully. Database, or we can say just say database created, to show that it didn't fail. So we can just say created. Then after, it's followed by the else. What if it didn't connect? So we have to also print something. We'll use echo could yeah, I can just write could not connect to the database. database. Then we are not done. Let's just combine it with, we can just use MySQL this function, MySQL error. Then it's not an empty parameter. We are checking our link here. Then here, let's write the variable that we had, because it's the variable that we are checking, SQL. Yeah, SQL, yeah, that's the variable that we are checking, that is created or not, because we're creating a database. Okay, let's save and run. If you didn't make a mistake, it will say created. If you made a mistake, it will tell us. Then we can just refresh here. See, database created. So that is how we create a database. Then we can go to page if we want to check if indeed the database has been created. You can go to PHP My Admin, then you will see that the database will be added. Let's go here to PHP My Admin. Then if the database is added, we will see it on the database on the left hand side where the database are appearing. You see, it was still loading. See, no, we have a new database which is employer. That is, it means that it was successfully created. Then let me show you how to create. Let me show you how to create a table quick. Okay, since we have our database, which is employer here, so we can add a new variable here. Now we want to create a table, so let's say database name. Yeah, here is it. Let's just use db name. Then since it's a string, it's not case sensitive. We can write employer even in caps, or we can write it in lowercase. It will be fine here. Then here it means we will have db name. That's the new variable. Then we can remove here. We can remove create database, because database is already created now. Now we are creating a table. So creating a table, you will need to use the SQL statement. So let's just create a table. Then in order the table will have this braces. Then we start with the primary key. Our primary key is ID. Then let's assume that is an integer. Here we can just put 40 as a number here. Then is a primary key. You have to specify that is a primary key. Auto increment, so that you'll keep on incrementing the numbers. Then the second variable, let's assume that here we forgot something. A table name. We can just call it let's just assume it's a table, is this table for SAS. And let's assume that we have on the table we have first name, which is just a text, because I don't think there's a name that has a character, other character without the text. Then let's assume that the names are below 40, then it's not null, so the name it can be empty. Then let's add the last parameter, which is the last name. It's also a text. 40, then is not null, the name can be empty. Then here we'll just change and say table created. Table is created. See it? Then when you're done, you just save and you refresh on the. Okay, let's go back because we were running it here. After refreshing, then the table will be created. Okay, check. Yeah, now we have we were running this one new database, then I made a mistake somewhere on line 14. Let's check our error. Okay, the mistake is here. We didn't add semicolon because when we end the statement, we put the semicolon here. So the mistake was here. Let's go and refresh. Now it says it's created. See, now our data is created. Thank you for watching.